All right, I'm trying to find a sit down because it is a little bit hotter than I thought it was this morning. Okay, so at the campground in South Haven, the KOA. It's a little early for me right now. We've been getting up early and staying up late. So, all right. 2 weeks ago, we came camping here. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago today, we were here already camping. And then this is the day actually that we found out about the work camper program at the KOA. And before we went camping, things were really crazy because my husband lost his job in May, and I had just started streaming. I was trying to do that more full time and like build the audience for my gaming. And so I've had lots of practice already with any sort of technology type of job. I've been doing coaching and all that kind of stuff online since 2017. And so now, 12 years later, no, not 12 years later, I can't. Like I said, my counting abilities have gone back. We came camping, what direction we're going to go in, because from May to July, we had been literally going through every option you can imagine because we were like, oh, we could do this, oh, we could do that. Because when you have all the options, sometimes it can be overwhelming because it's like, well, which one do I pick? Because it seems like all of them could be the right choice. So, reconnecting with your body, reconnecting with your people. That's what we did. We went camping, so we're out in nature. Um, there were a lot of different things we had talked about. I casually mentioned that I would like a 5-year plan to go across the country, like I did a couple years ago during homeschooling with the kids. And I did not anticipate to be in that spot 2 weeks later after I said that. And my husband's joking around because instead of a hello, good morning, instead of a 5-year plan, he said that was our 5 minute. We went camping. We came here. One of the campers told us about the work camping program at the event. My aunt and uncle had to move their camper out of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and so it just happened to be my mom and dad and us share property, and so they've barely used this camper because it just was only used like once a week or so every year, which if you looked at my other videos, I didn't really capture. Everything happened so fast, like the possibility for us to use, because most of the KOAs will require you to have a camper, but some of them have housing and that kind of thing that you can do in exchange for working. And some of them will do, pay in exchange. Some of them will do housing in exchange for your work. It just depends really on your dynamic. And I love that there's so many different options that you can do in order to have this kind of lifestyle if you're looking. Because I see a lot of people, asking like, how can you work and be on the road? What kinds of uh, what kinds of jobs are people doing when they're on the road if they want to live full time in their camper? And for the record, we do have our 3 kids, and I do homeschool, or we homeschool the kids, and we have on and off. They've also gone to public things, and I think that's pretty cool. What our motto is, it's all about being able to be on the road, or not be on the road, be in the flow, and do what it is working best for you. And to be able to have a little bit of exposure to everything gives us an example of what we like and what works best for our kids. So hopping back over to the camper, we got here on Saturday. No, we got here on Sunday and we left on Tuesday. We looked for jobs. This campground actually had 2 openings available halfway through the season already, which normally they sign people up for an entire season. So I think it's kind of crazy because we came home on Tuesday and on Friday we got an interview, and now the following Monday our camper arrived and we started working here Thursday. Today's Monday. So in 2 weeks, I was living in a house and now we're living in a camper and we have jobs, and our kids are going to be joining us next week when we come back from the trip down to Alabama. So what isn't working? What isn't working is the internet. I thought I was going to be streaming and being able to still do the gaming and keep up with Twitch and my lives and everything, but really the spot that I'm sitting in right now gets really, really good reception, but like I'm not going to stream my gaming right here. I mean, I know there's people that do it on their cell phones and stuff, but I'm not one of them. And so we've just been flexible and adaptive to be able to just be open-minded of what needs to happen next and not be fixed into the way something is going to happen or how fast it's going to happen, or having a whole plan all the way to the end and know what the next step is going to be, because we have ideas of what we need to do next, but it's just like me saying a couple weeks ago, oh, I want to go on this trip across the country, when it lines up, and apparently it was lined up for all of us. And when all of you are focusing on a common goal or something, even if you're not totally aware that that's the primary goal that's happening in your subconscious, like something that really lights you up, something that will provide the next steps for what you're really needing or craving in your life, you start taking those little steps, and then all of a sudden we just went camping. We were excited to go camping, and then you meet people. And so like that's why I'm showing up for this job right now. I haven't had a scheduled job, a 9-hour work shift job in so long. I've worked obviously, but my schedule's always been flexible. I've been my own boss. I can kind of do what I want. And this is like on someone else's schedule. This is someone else's expectations. And so I've really been just leaning into it and enjoying it. And there's some satisfaction in it, even though my body's sore and, I've been pretty emotional because there's a lot of changes happening. But when the changes are happening, knowing that I didn't know we were going to be here 2 weeks ago helps me stay focused. It helps me know what my trajectory is. I know what my goal is. So Malima 8-1 on the back of the camper going across the country and being able to do travel videos and kind of highlight places that have really brought our family together or given us an opportunity to bond or open up our communication or even just have more fun together. Because really, truthfully, having fun and playing, especially with your kids, kids learn through play. So do we. We actually learn through play. I don't know if you guys know that or not. How many opportunities do adults get to play? We don't really get a lot of opportunities to play, especially in work. It's super serious, everybody. There's a job to be done. There's a goal to be reached. So being able to give yourself some grace and just have opportunities to play and to actually structure that into your schedule, because it's necessary. Us choosing to come camping and play open this opportunity up for an entire lifestyle change, and you don't realize that that's what's going to happen. So back to why I'm doing this. I'm focused and I'm dedicated to doing this job because we don't know who we're going to meet. We don't know what other opportunities are going to come. And in the human design form of things, if you guys have followed any of my other videos, human design, if you're saying you need help and you don't know how to manage your energy or the expectations of yourself or how you interact with others, human design is a really good way to like kind of ease into energetics and dynamics that way. So I really highly recommend that. So yeah, so I will try to do some live videos when I can. We're going to be heading down to Alabama on Friday, Saturday, Sunday this upcoming week. I'll be home in Howell coming up here, so hopefully I can get on Twitch and do some streaming on there too if you guys want to come visit. Otherwise, follow, subscribe, check this out. Anytime you're needing a little bit of inspiration and you don't know every single video, even the videos I was doing live a couple weeks, like a month ago, I kept talking about you can't see until you take that step. Like everything looks different. So right now, you can't see what's behind me, but when I move like this, you can see that there's a whole playground behind me. And that's kind of what life is like. So thanks for watching. I'm going to finish my coffee and get back to the camper. I hope everybody has an amazing day, and follow this YouTube channel for more inspiration and excitement on how to listen to your heart, not only your brain.